What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Benfica After 90. I am today's host, Mr. Mello, and I am joined today with, my boy Joe. He's a staple on the show, and we got Cynthia in the building today, man. We're missing one Lady Eagle, but she'll find her way. She'll fly in, when she sees fit. But I want to welcome Cynthia and Joe to today's show. I appreciate you guys being here.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Hell
happy to be here as always.
Hell yeah, we have shit else to do, right?
Yeah.
What else is there to do? What else is there to do after a Benfica win? Jornada 6, right? We're in the 6th week. This is the 6th week. This is the 6th result for Benfica in a row, man. We stay undefeated in the Liga. No, so we stay undefeated on the season, really. So it's a fast start for Benfica already. And we're already, 4 points clear. We're already sitting 4 points clear of first place. And a little bit of pressure with the games yesterday. I know Porto put a big result on the board. And Sporting, they got to win. So, they kept the pressure on. It was nice to see Benfica go out there today and handle business. What you guys think of, just before we get into the game, what you guys think of going into today against Boavista? We had a little bit of payback, if I'm not mistaken, Joe. Ain't that right?
Yeah, so last year, actually, it was our first loss of the season, was to Boavista, 3-0. It was away. But the really sad part of it was that those were actually their first points on the whole year. So it wasn't like we lost to a Boavista team today that was, 7th place. They'd had some wins, had some draws, but they literally hadn't even had a point last year, and they finished one place out of the relegation. They finished in 14th, or rather, in 15th, which was one place out of the playoff spot. But it's like, man, Mello, you talked about it even last show. Okay, we're going up against Boavista. The whole time I was thinking, if they lose again, it's gonna trigger my PTSD. They can't. They just couldn't lose today.
Yeah, it's Cynthia. It's almost sounded like Joe is crediting Benfica for keeping Boavista in the league. Is that what you heard? That's kind of like what I heard. It's our fault. They're still here. That's what he said.
Low key.
It's what I heard.
That's what I'm like.
He's not wrong.
All right, he's not wrong.
He's out of line, but he's not wrong.
Yeah. But as soon as I'm like, wait, is he saying what I think he's saying? It's like our fault that they're here. Hey, yeah. But you know what? Hey, that's how you look at it as a fan. That's how you look at a Benfica fan, right? Like if you look at those two losses, they beat us 2-0, if I'm not mistaken, right? The last match they beat us 3-0. See, 3-0. Jesus Christ.
The last time they beat us was 3-0, and then we went and spanked them.
And then we went and spanked them. Right. Okay. So Boavista, they're at the bottom of the table right now. I think they're 15th or something like that in the league or something crazy, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
After this game, they went from 7th to 8th. But last year,
7th to 8th. Sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Last year, they were last place when we played them. And
gotcha. So again, we got morning. Good morning, Caesar. Good morning. He must be in the 2 a.m., 3 a.m. zone. He's in that we call that the twilight zone right there. When y'all up from across I called it across the pond on the on the Twitter shout today. But when y'all that far, I call that in my mind. I haven't told nobody this. We don't discuss it. But it's I call it the twilight zone. Because man, to be up that late or early, depending on what you do.
I think he's in Australia.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think he might be the Australian guy. If Caesar, if you see this in the chat, please respond if you're in Australia or not. And Mario knows, but I have a feeling that he's in Australia, which is even crazier.
That's even better. He's down there.
There's a
Sweden. We got Sweden 4 a.m. That's what I'm talking about. Swedes. I love the Swedes. Love them. We got Chuck and we got Chuck's the man. And we're gonna get into this because we found out, Cynthia. We found out JJ listens to the podcast. Did you know that?
We found out.
Did you know?
Yes. I found out what you found out with Twitter today. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know. Obviously, someone's listening. I'll tell you that. So let's get into it. Let's get into the game. I will start the Benfica starting 11. Joe, will you do the honors, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's start it. All right, man. Joe, real quick before you get that off, Mario, I know you're listening. We're gonna have to cut that like 3 seconds, just like 3 seconds. We're
For
gonna have to
real?
find some space. Yeah, we're gonna have to find some space to cut that down because
Like it's
I
making me
first
sad.
I thought they were gonna. Yeah, I thought we were going into the stadium. We didn't go into the
Yeah.
stadium. I didn't get a seat. I didn't get to do any of the things that I wanted. We're just gonna have to cut it down a little bit.
I need a
But Joe,
Benfica
if
trip,
you,
Mario. Like, what are you
if
doing that for?
I know, right? If you will, Joe, give us today's soldiers, brother.
Yeah, so today we played in a 3-4-3 with at the back we had our main man Odysseus in the net. Then we had in front of him Jan Vertonghen, Nico Otamendi, the captain again, and Lucas Verissimo. On the left side, we had Grimaldo on the left wing. On the right wing, we had Diogo Gonçalves, who made his comeback from injury. In the middle, we had Julian Weigl. Everyone knows who he's my main man. João Mario playing with him. And then we had Rafa Silva playing a little bit ahead of them, but with Darwin and Chuck up top. So it's the first time we've seen the Darwin and Chuck combo from the start, which was exciting.
Yeah, and not to mention Rafa's first Liga start, bro. It's his first Liga start. And I had mentioned about Rafa. I don't think people really appreciate it. I think what happens is we as fans is because we all talk to each other all the fucking time, right? It's all the time. So we start to do this same like these same argument points where we all keep saying the same shit about the same player, right? Rafa can't do what? He can't finish. Right?
Yeah,
right, exactly. That right. So we all start saying it, right? We all start saying he can't finish, he can't finish. Then he gets this stigma, right? Now he can't finish, and he's a guy that can't finish. But there's other things to it, right? That he's doing other things. Maybe it's not that he can't finish, he needs a partner. Maybe he needed 2 partners. Maybe we needed, 2 big, physical strikers to be up there and help him finish some dinner, right? He can't always eat everything. You know what I mean? So real quick, looking at the lineup today, Cynthia, any concerns? Did you like what you saw? What did you think about the 2 strikers?
I'll be honest, I was super excited to see Darwin and Chuck finally. I like Rafa. I think he's been put into that spot where he's kind of like a super sub because he'll come in when everybody else is tired, and then just being as quick as he is, it's ridiculous, right? Then he looks like double fast. And Otamendi has made me eat humble pie. I was not happy when we signed him, but I friggin' love the guy, and it's like, damn it, Otamendi. But I like him. I like him on Instagram. I like him. I'm like, damn it. And then Weigl, everybody loves Weigl. Come on, he's so cute. I love him. Except at one point, the camera went like close to him, and he's like, and I was like, no. I was like, give us a warning. And then Odie, he makes me nervous sometimes, but today was not one of those times. And Vertonghen is just, they're solid. They're solid. Oda and Vertonghen for me are solid. So I was super pleased. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So like the scoreboard says there at the bottom, Benfica win 3-0. We got 2 goals from Darwin. We had a goal from Weigl. The game started off, I think.
Was it not 3-1? Sorry.
3-1. Yeah. Did I say what I say? 2-1?
You said 3-0.
3-0. Well, it should have been. It should have been 3-0. Terrible play in the back, terrible ball security. We'll get into that there. But the game started right away. And the one thing I noticed was how much the defense was being taken by Darwin and Chuck. Like right away, I can already see how much that respect they had to give these 2 these 2 strikers. A lot of the passes were coming like through balls. They were hitting through balls. Very nice. You can see the defense kind of separate themselves from their midfield, right? So Boavista was being completely taken out there early. And you have to give that respect, right? You have 2 physical strikers. Chuck, I didn't realize this, is a better passer than I thought. Yeah. Right, because I didn't realize he's got 2 assists. I didn't realize it was a thing for him. I didn't like looking at it. Now he's got like 4 assists almost. I want to say something like that in the league. Yeah, but he has a cross right in the beginning of the game. Darwin misses. I think. I don't know if they called it offside. Somebody hit me on Twitter and said it was offside. It wasn't offside. I think Darwin just took it wrong. I mean, it was just came fast, and his brain didn't align with his feet. His brain didn't tell his feet what to do. It didn't respond fast enough. He go and it shakes off. But the pass was really nice pass from Chuck. That's a striker who's out there on the wing, serving up crosses. What do you guys think, real quick? Just Chuck and what he's been bringing since he's been here in Benfica now.
So I saw something in an interview, or it was all over social media. You guys probably saw it too. It was Chuck basically saying that he hasn't shown even 15%, like 50% of what he's capable of, pretty much, or he hasn't shown 50% of what he did when he was at Genk. But you know, this guy, like you're talking about his passing, Mello. Have you seen his shots?
Yeah.
He had a shot in the Kiev game. He had a couple shots, like he had 2 shots today. They were absolute rockets, and they were great saves by the keeper today and against Kiev. But I mean, yeah, so far the one thing I kind of don't love is he seems like he's kind of a loner at times. I did like him having Rafa playing a little bit behind today. Him and Darwin, and just having like Darwin. I like that,
like that FIFA Cam, right? He's almost like that FIFA Cam, right? That's how I pictured it when I seen it, right? Like I'm thinking Rafa's going to be right there in the middle of them, and then they're going to be up here, and they're just going to, just triangle passes all fucking day.
Well, what I loved was like you kind of had like obviously Darwin and Chuck up top, but then you had below them, it was like Rafa was here, but then Rafa was here and João Mari was like right here.
Yeah.
Because they almost played like when they were defensively, they played in line, which was great because then Weigl was able to be like the 6 that he really is.
Yeah.
But of course, playing in the system that Benfica plays, like that could be a lot of work for a CDM like Weigl. He's not playing he can't, take 2 steps and be on the other side of the field. Like he's not like that.
Right.
But no, in terms of just to get back on the topic of Chuck, I've been pleased with what I've been seeing. I'm not that surprised. Like if he starts scoring all of a sudden, I think he's like I said, stereotypical Ukrainian, like Eastern European. I come score goal. Like I think that's what he's here to do.
No doubt.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. and let's go. All right, so we had we got the Chuck. So you brought up Darwin in the 14th minute. Darwin gets on the board from a beautiful cross from Diogo Gonçalves. I mean, damn, like how did he even have that much time? Like he got to look up, he got to tee it off. He's like, okay, all right, boom, got it off right there, right away. And he hits Darwin, beautiful header. It's like something's going on with this kid. Yeah, it was explosive. It was a solid shot. He knew where he was putting it. It went where he wanted it. Right. So I'm bringing up Darwin to bring up this question by SLBEES because Darwin feels like he's coming in. And this one, I want you to take this one, Cynthia. Darwin comes in. He's that false winger, right? So did Cebolinha just lose his starting spot to Darwin? You know what I mean? Because that's what I thought immediately. I'm like, oh yeah, I think he's done. I think this 2 striker set, because he hasn't done it yet, right? He's been pretty one striker. I think he's making an adjustment for the lack that he's getting from Cebolinha. Do you think that's kind of spot on there, Sin?
Completely. It kind of feels like the puzzle pieces fit into place. You know what I mean? Like whenever we're starting and these beginning of the season games are here. Do you want to say something? This fucking guy.
Mario's there in the background. I see him in the reflection.
Get the link. Come in. Tell his ass to come in. He didn't have to watch.
Don't do it. There it is.
Oh, Lord.
Demonetized. Get out. What
is that thing?
It's a fucking wine stopper. From do you guys want to guess what city in Portugal that's from?
I think I've heard about this. Yeah, I think I've heard about this. Yeah.
Anyways, it just feels like the puzzle pieces fit. And it's always like we're trying to figure out this stupid ass puzzle at the beginning with the preseason and then the few first games, and it's always just stupidity, but luckily they fit. This fucking guy with a penis joke. Like, get out of here, man.
Yeah, definitely. He threw me off a little bit with the big I'm not gonna lie about that. Usually I'm not shaking. But look, there's one thing I wanted to ask you guys, because there's something I've noticed about this team. I love watching this team. I think it's so much fun, but I think the amount of crosses leaves a little out of the imagination. Like, it's so predictable. There was moments in the game there early in the game, like I mentioned, you see the strikers taking the back line with them. It could have been so many more through balls there through the middle of the pitch. I remember early on in the game, João Mario had a perfect chance to do it, but instead he goes out of his way to kick it to the outside, to kick it to Diogo. Now I know Diogo just had an amazing cross, but you can't go to the well one too many times. I feel, is it just me, or is that JJ's style, Joe? Like, I said it. And I've made this joke before, but it's something about Benfica. Like, we these crosses. What?
There was like a couple, like, what was it, like 1 or 2 weeks last season where we had Andre Almeida and Grimaldo playing together, and it was like JJ's dream come true because he has two guys that just run to the end line and put in crosses. That's literally what it was. And
all it was.
I can't take anything away from Diogo Gonçalves or Grimaldo, because Grimaldo put in more than enough chances, more than enough crosses today that could have been headed into goals. Diogo Gonçalves just so happened to do it today. Like, obviously those are guys that do connect. So, you kind of take it, like, on one hand, okay, it has worked in the past, but at the same time, again, going one too many times to the well, Mello, I do agree with, because then we just become predictable. Like today, I thought it really worked. I thought it worked though, because like you're talking about the goal, right? Or not even the goal. Even like on the both
just opportunities, just
exactly
spot,
well, I'm thinking like, but you notice that these plays didn't start with us just running up the line and crossing it, which is really frustrating for me. That chance that you talked about with Chuck crossing it to Darwin that he missed, that started off of Verissimo, beautiful ball to the corner. And then you had the goal. On the goal, it was Otamendi sending Chuck, who made a great run to the corner and passed it back to Diogo Gonçalves. Like, those are the types of plays where it's not predictable. Like, all right, we're going to do a little tiki-taki. Joel Mario's going to hit it back to the outside back, and then they're going to put in a cross. That's not going to work. And like SLBE said, like, that's what it's out of control. And again, he actually just mentioned right now, no shots outside the box ever. More so than too many crosses, it's not enough shots outside the box, or it frustrates me.
Yeah, just chances.
I'm not sure about you.
Yeah, just chances. And you know what, though? He's got the perfect guy not to do that, right? And Rafa, right? Rafa going to take it to the end line. He's going to take it all the way fucking down to the end line, and somebody got to follow him. And that's why I can't hate too much. I get what Rafa is. Rafa is not, R9. He's not Cavani. He's a winger, right? He's a winger who creates opportunities. It's not even Messi. He's just a winger who creates opportunities. That's all I want my winger to do. Create space, make a good pass, get these opportunities. For him to score 15 goals is a lot for me. For me as a right wing, in the Portuguese league, that's a lot of goals. He's done that before in this league. And yes, like SLB said, crossing is crazy. I've called them the Romans. I've said this before, bro. Benfica send out more crosses than the Romans did. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's crazy to me. I just thought that it was just me. 32nd minute. Let's just get into it. Weigl, kind of the blunder of the match, if you will, Sin. His first real mistake all year. Just a lack of ball security. That's all it really was. Just a lapse. He kind of fell asleep there in the back. What did you think initially, like, about, the lack of ball security? I mean, there's really nothing else to call it.
My notes, because you guys know how I am. 31 minutes, right? Weigl loses it just outside the box, and darn, Boavista guys there gets a beauty of a shot off. Annoying. Top corner. Yep. I can't fault Odie, but I don't like when any team play in front of the net like that. And so that's why I'm getting at is I'm not even going to blame Weigl completely, because why do they do that? Don't do tiki-taka in front of the net.
Yeah, you could tell Weigl was like he's like, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
And he did it.
And he did it. And then he's like,
yeah.
Come on, man. I was a defender. We were like, no, forward. Don't come back here with that shit.
Right.
Forward.
Right. So, Joe, he makes the blunder, bro. He makes the blunder. Benfica give up the goal. And it's weird that felt like we were dominating so much, and it's 1-1.
Yeah.
It was like there was something though just about this one play, and then throughout the course of the match that I kind of saw from this Boavista team. Like, everyone knows it by now. In Liga NOS, you either have the games where the big three, the big four, on top of the game from the get go. The other team's there just to fall down and fake injuries and sit back in their own end. But Boavista wasn't like that today. They were like going after every ball. They were fighting for every ball in the midfield. Like, they were pressing. Look how high they were pressing. Exactly. They were scrappy. This goal doesn't happen if you're playing against like Moreirense any game last season. Like, they're just going to sit back, and that wasn't this type of game today. The manager today came to win. The team came to win. They're motivated. And that play again, Rennie, so he brought up, I do kind of put some of the blame on Otamendi there as well.
Because he played the ball initially back to Odie.
And part of it to me is like, Weigl should have been like made his body bigger there and even drawn a foul, but it was also just so. It was just like a little toe poke, and then the goal was an absolute banger. For anyone that hasn't
Yeah.
seen it, it was a world class
It
finish.
was.
It was like if it was Benfica, we'd be calling the goal of the season already.
Yeah.
Like
It was
It was
such a
beautiful.
banger. It was such
That's
a
why I
banger,
called it
and this is a
annoying, 'cause
great
it's
segue.
Boavista.
It's a great segue. And I'm not going to end the game, but the guy who made the goal, he is the man of the match. So not our man of the match, but I thought that I would show this because you wouldn't think that, right? Like I forgot all about the guy after.
Face. Look at his
I
little
know.
heat map.
I know, but that goal, you have to give him the man of the match because that goal was so great.
It was beautiful.
It really was beautiful.
He's got a couple
I think
kidney
just on
beans
that,
as the
I think
friggin-
just on that, you know what I mean? He gets the goal.
Yeah.
I think he should call it a career. Go down.
Call it done. You hit 7-4.
Yeah.
You hit 7-4 on goal point, bro. That's that's about as high as you're gonna get there, buddy.
Just
but
Costanza and see yourself out.
yeah,
Bye.
leave on a high note, baby. Leave on a high note.
Irish goodbye.
So Weigl makes the blunder. It's 1-1.
Mhm.
Damn, we're all mad. But it doesn't take very long for this man to totally redeem himself.
2 minutes.
2 minutes later, we get the spot. We get a foul on the outside. We get the spot goal. And you know what? I've noticed too. The one thing I look at before I get to the goal, I'm looking at the line that they have now on these free kicks. You have Vertonghen, you got Verissimo, you have Darwin, you have Chuck, right? So it's like there's a lot of size.
Otamendi, who's smaller, but he'll get above all.
But he'll get up,
dragging them all
right?
down.
Right. You have a
He'll
lot
just
of
muscle
size,
his way
man.
up there. Like that guy.
I'll be honest. I know it sounds funny, but sometimes those are the moments where I realize like my squad is. You know what I mean? Where I'm just looking at them lined up and I'm like, damn, I got Otamendi here. I got Vertonghen. You know what I thought today? I was like, we're going to beat the shit out of Barcelona. That's what I'm thinking. Like, we're going to beat the shit out of them. Like, we're going to beat them. Maybe not the shit, but we're going to beat them. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I don't remember for a long time a team. I'd probably never a team that like this athletic and physical. Like, does that make sense?
When I look
Like,
at, I mean, I'm not going to throw up comparisons because I know the chat will freak out. But like Boris just said, in this like Champions League, tall players do make a difference. I think of, I mean, not Champions League, but those Europa League runs with like Garay and Luis Selm at the back, where every time there's a corner, you're like, all right, we have a chance of doing what Otamendi did on this goal. Which, not to steal your thunder, but he gets the first initial header, heads it towards the far post, and then Weigl's there to tap it in with his head. Like, all you need to do is win that first ball, and then anything could happen. A guy gets a foot at the back post, or
Weigl was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
So sorry. Pow. Oh,
no, he said caralho.
Caray, yeah. Fuck.
No,
that's what he said. You could see how he attacked that ball. Like, that was I'm sorry.
Well,
he was like,
he did that, and
I
actually, my note is that if it wasn't a goal, I think number 22 would have got a yellow at least, because that was a high kick to Weigl's face. But
penalty.
Because he scored, he just ran off cheering. I'm like, I think he would have just got dazed, honestly.
Yeah, the referee too, because we mix that referee in a little bit. It's 2-1 at this point. Let's just let's skip it a little bit. You guys have anything else you guys want to bring up in the first half? Anything of note?
You covered it all. There were a couple. Right. I did like seeing just in general how like you could tell from the get go, Rafa was on his game. Like he was attacking, but it also, I will give credit to JJ here. And, for everyone that says we're JJ haters, I know, especially Mello, they'll get on you. But in terms of
they think I hate everybody. I love everyone. I don't understand. I'm always like, dude, it's so positive. They think I hate everybody. I don't understand.
But JJ, I think was great tactically today and where he played Rafa. And I'm not sure if that's something that'll work against Barcelona, but I do like the fact that we saw it today, and that worst comes to worst when you're playing, Gil Vicente down the line and those types of teams, you can kind of, make substitutions, put Rafa there, and it's worked before. So he's comfortable in that position to kind of play in between the strikers and João Mario, and then defensively play with João Mario and kind of make that work. But that dude is
that's another guy where I was like, I'll be honest, man. I always did like João Mario. Right, I always did. I like the game of football, man. You know what I mean? I dislike teams as a whole. You know what I mean? But players, I don't. There are a couple in my life where I can't stand them, but João Mario was never that one, right? João Mario has always been this, like,
He's a
we
chill
used it
dude.
last week. He's an enigma almost. Like he was really good, really, really good, and then he gets sold to Italy, and then he's really, really bad, or just not really, really anything.
He's just
You know what I
average.
mean? He's just an average guy. He goes to Sporting. I think with the rise of Bot and the rise of Paulinho, I think what he did kind of got overshadowed a little bit. With Thiago Tomas as well, if that's his name, right? The other guy, right? You had some emerging young players for Sporting who kind of overshadowed what João Mario actually did. And since I only watch Sporting like when they play Porto or when they play us.
Oh, really?
Those are the only times that I really watch
I
Sporting.
watched them
like
this
if they're
weekend.
on.
I was hoping Estoril would light a fire under their ass.
Oh yeah, see, because that would have been a game.
Because they would have kept second
busy. I went
spot.
to a fight. I had a lot of things I was doing this weekend. That would have been a game I would have watched. Estorил's on the up, right? And that would have been a good game, especially to see Sporting get knocked down by an up and coming, right? But it didn't happen that way. But like I said, João Mario just a little bit got undershadowed, right? So I never realized like how like just calm and cool and collected this guy is in the midfield
too, right? Like,
yeah, it's crazy. He's slow as shit too. I don't even think he's slow. It's just he don't have to move very fast.
I mean, I'm not going to say he's fear low, but like in that sense, you know what I'm saying. It's like you look at him and he knows he doesn't need to expend the energy.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm just going to chill. And every time he gets the ball, like you said, Melo, like even on the free kick that we had today, the free kicks, I like when these free kicks start with João Mario just pinging the ball to someone. If we're doing the little short passes, please let it be with João Mario. If it's not with João Mario, I don't want it. But I trust him because you see him in the midfield too. He's so calm. I love watching him play. I did watch a decent amount of exactly. He takes his time. He's never in a rush to score. And a lot of our goals will start with him doing that, just taking his time. It'll be 30, 20, 30, 40 seconds. Then we score, and you're watching the goal. You're thinking, okay, yeah, that was because Grimaldo put in that cross, or Darwin made that run. But it typically starts with João Mario just staying calm and not forcing passes.
Yeah.
People always get at me for saying I don't like Tarap and I don't think he has a place in the team. Oh, at least he makes the passes that, are risky and stuff. João Mario doesn't, and he still makes the plays. So there are different types of players that can do that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't
even. Spaghetti arms. He's got the spaghetti arms.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you know what?
Baby goat.
You know what though, Joe? For me, it's not even that I don't like anybody. Right? That's you know what I mean? Like it's that I don't think that I think our talent level should be a little higher. Right? I think the bar of which you play should just have been a little higher. And honestly, I think I'm gonna get shit for this because we haven't brought this up. If you look at the guys that Rui Costa got on a plane to go get, I'm just saying that those are the kind of players that should be brought into Benfica, right? The Chucks, the Darwins now, right? Look at the Darwins, right? The João Marios, right? That's a bar, right? That's a bar.
We were talking
that's just all I'm saying.
We were talking last year that Gilbert did a tour of the stadium, and then they asked him to sign a contract.
Yeah, it was that probably the nice hat
guys.
Yeah, not those types of guys, right? Rui Costa didn't fly to Brazil to go pick up Gilbert. You know what I mean? There's no way, right? All I'm saying, and it could be there could be real quick, just so I can satisfy the other one. It could be someone else, not Rui Costa, to go get good players. All I'm saying is whoever it is, go get top of the line players. We did that off the favor. Favor's over. Okay, it's done.
Yeah, for real.
Right, you owe me money.
That was an
now.
expensive ass favor.
Yeah, you owe me.
And listen, that was
your life back together.
Not a favor on any front, but just kind of like with cutting, leaving at the right time, which a lot of Vieta fans should probably take that especially close to heart. But anyway, Samaris, like he canceled his contract, and I'm actually not entirely sure what he's doing now. But the point of me saying that is he knew his time had come. He was a big Benfica fan and obviously massive Benfiquista. But being able to, kind of separate things and be like, all right, listen, my time at the club's done. I'm going to leave. Instead of like Gabriel really just became an enemy of all Benfica fans with what he's been doing. JJ doesn't want him at training. He's been like declining the offers he's been getting from clubs.
Completely forgot all about him.
Me too, actually.
I wake up every morning and I think of
I was
Gabriel.
like, who? I swear. I'm not hating, guys. I don't not like Gabriel. Okay, just so you guys don't think I hate him.
I don't
care. You know what? It's a fucking business. It is a business. All right. I'm getting paid. You pay me to be here. And not only that, but you kind of fucked me over. But we can get into that later. I played really good. And then you guys fucked it all up. A group of guys got the guy I was playing for really good out of here. And now I'm fat and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So it's not all, you know what I mean? You can look at it however you want. You know what I mean? It goes to show it's a cutthroat world, bro. It's a cutthroat world. I don't ever fault anybody for looking out for number one. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
And that's why at the end of the day, like we talk about these guys as players, obviously as people, it makes sense for them to secure the bag and do what gets food on the table for their families.
Yeah. Hey,
but we need our club to be smarter though too. Don't just be handing out contracts. If that's the case, where the fuck is my contract? I want to be a contract to just talk about them. Come on.
We got hella contracts out there, Sin. Hella contracts. We got so many damn contracts out there.
Come on.
It's crazy how many contracts Benfica has out there, how many people on borrowed time and shit like that.
And
like,
also
it's crazy.
For being such a smart business guy, I'm like, bullshit. I call bullshit on
the
hey, listen. Giant docket of fucking players I've never even seen.
Yeah. But on Gabriel's point, look, I'm telling you, you'll just try to stay number one without stepping in number two. You know what I mean? Like that's really really what he's doing.
That's what it comes down to.
It is what it is. That's what it comes down to, right? So we should have been smarter on that front. And now the guy's getting paid, like he said, like Brian said, he's getting paid, bro. He's getting paid millions of euros, living in Lisbon. All good.
Tough life, man. Someone has to.
Tough life, yeah. It is what it is, man. But no, again, we're getting off a topic here. Benfica, yeah, we're in the second half now. I mean, it was the only thing I remember in the second half was how good Lucas Verissimo was. Was that just me, or did you guys notice that shit too? There's a graphic I found here. It's gonna look like a child's scribbled all over it. But this is he had 95% passing today. These are the passes that this man made today.
Holy.
You look at some of those long balls, like especially
look at those long balls
towards the bottom of the screen. Those are the ones that like he already had a goal. He had the Gilberto goal for Spartak. He assisted. Like his ability to pass was something I didn't know about him from Brazil. I had just seen him like crack his head open and keep playing. So I knew he was a warrior, but he has crazy vision and good, like just great passing in general.
Do you guys know why Rafa's having such a good year? Is because Lucas Verissimo can pass out of the back. I swear. Ruben Dias, when Rafa had his best season, Ruben Dias was serving him on a platter. He scored 15 goals or 20 goals all year that year. He was getting balls coming out the backfield. And that speed with a guy like Verissimo, Rafa and him, man, it's like Grimaldo and Vertonghen. You guys notice that little brotherhood shit they got going on over there? It's really good shit, yo. It is. The reason I said it is because you didn't see this last year. You didn't see chemistry. Yeah. It is chemistry.
There was a lack.
You guys all have chemistry. There's a lack of it. And this year, man, it's so amazing to see, bro. It really, really is. Joe, thoughts on the second half? Like I said, Verissimo was amazing. I know we're gonna talk about it. I know you want to talk about it.
I'm not going to start off with it now. But
okay, I'll start it. You're not going to start it.
No,
all right,
I'm not going to start with that. But I will lead you up to it. I will lead you up to it. There were a couple moments. That I had before that. The play that, of course, Mello will get into. But to start off, Darwin pretty much right off the start of the second half. Grimaldo had a beautiful cross. Darwin wasn't able to get a head on it. He even slapped the crossbar in frustration afterwards. I thought he probably should have gotten a head on that, and that should have been a goal or at least a shot on goal. That was my first notice in the 49th minute. Chuck had that absolute blast that was saved in the top right corner in the 53rd. Great save from the keeper and great through ball from Rafa also at the same time. But then one of the things that really got me going was, listen, everyone knows this. This is my thing. Weigl's my man, but ever since that game against Tondela when I went to the Luge, you could see and actually feel just how much he loves this team and how much he loves Benfica. After he scored, he went straight to the bags, which I love anyway. But he really feels this team. Like he's posting about it all the time. He's learning Portuguese. His first daughter was born here, his first child, rather. But it's crazy. And in the 54th minute, he had João Mário, gets an elbow to the face. Nothing's called. They start a counterattack. And Weigl had two tackles there. He had one that really stopped the first, and then, they end up getting through, but Otamendi takes care of business. But the entire Luge, you could just hear the roar after that and all the applause for Weigl. Because that's like a João Paulinho play. That's a Sporting 2021 play where, they're about to start a counterattack and start some trouble. Palhinha comes in, destroys the play, and that's that. I loved that play from him. I'm not sure if you guys have anything to add on that one.
No, you nailed it.
No, I think that shows the chemistry. That shows the camaraderie. I tweeted, I was talking to Pete. Shout out to Pete. I was talking to Pete on Twitter, and I think this team, no matter all the shit that's going off on the off the pitch, is not affecting what's going on the pitch right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad, because there is a lot of bullshit going on.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of bullshit going on, man.
Always.
If you Google Benfica and go down to the financial reports, shit like that, like, it's a lot of bad shit going on out there. A lot of bad juju. Yep. You know what I mean? A lot of bad shit. But as fans, like I said this in the beginning of the year, I'm blocking all that shit out. I only care what happens between those 4 lines, before those 4 posts, between them 4 posts. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all I care about. And this team is making it so easy to root for them again, because last year, like, it's just a year to forget. It was a chore.
Yep.
Well,
no, last year,
jerseys were terrible.
Also, it was just bad all around. There was so much.
Fucking jerseys, like, those home kits were ugly.
I hated them.
Yep.
But, like, even looking at it though, I mean, 11 straight games without a loss to start the season. That's unreal. Yeah. That being said, I hope this camaraderie continues. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but, with those Champions League matches, you might not get the results that you want. We already saw one. It's great to see after the Kiev match, they were disappointed. Otamendi saying we dropped 2 points there. They should have been, we should have gotten all 3, not just the 1. And being able to see that they bounced back and didn't fall asleep against Boavista. Like, listen, Boavista came to play. This game, if you told me, hey, listen, Benfica is going to drop points in the Champions League, then Boavista is going to come at them with everything at home. I'm saying, look, this game's a loss. This game's a Gil Vicente from last year, or this game's a draw, and then, we're hanging our heads going into Vitória Guimarães, and then against Barcelona. That's how you start one of those bad streaks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I also give major credit to JJ and the rest of the team for showing
confidence killers. Killers.
Yeah, they didn't let that last game get to them at all.
Yeah, they thought, like, damn, I thought we were good. Nope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the worst. When you guys get humbled, like, damn, I thought we had it. Yeah. He's telling everybody. It's like, there's something different about this team. It ain't nothing different. You still getting your ass whooped. Like that. I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad that didn't happen.
That like high school football vibe, like, oh, we're gonna go 13-0 this year, and then
we gonna protect this house. Yeah, we gonna protect this house. You ain't win a game, motherfucker. What are you talking about? You haven't won a game.
This is our house.
It's the last game. This is the last game of the season. Y'all ain't won. Y'all ain't protecting shit. Shit. Now go out there and have fun. Let's go.
But so to finish things up before I hand it over to Mello, last play before the big play that Mello will discuss. 55th minute, Grimaldo has a cross to Lucas Verissimo, who's alone inside the 6. Perfect play, heads it right over the bar. That was a goal. Verissimo knew it. And, he's been on fire, of course. There's a reason he just won. Just also shout out to Lucas Verissimo, Defender of the Month and Liga Buin, the Portuguese Liga. And then also, Player of the Month. And he deserves it for the way he played, obviously. Mm-hmm. That being said, he knows, we know, it should have been a goal there. Should have been 3-1. Game should have been done.
It could have been, comes next. Yeah, it could have been 3-2, right? It could have been 3-2, right? I think, I just say it was a penalty. Right. Yeah. If you didn't think it wasn't, it was. Like, I'm sorry. I know, take off the red glasses for a little bit, but just switch it for a minute. Switch that play. Let that be Chuck. Let that be Darwin in there. And the guy just jumps and makes contact with his leg. Yeah, exactly. He makes contact with his leg, then his other leg, and then the ball. Right. It was a look. If you're not going to call it, at least there had to be a VAR. Right. This is the problem. There's no call. There's not even I know. And you said it very good, Joe. The player didn't complain about it. He didn't. And I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised by that.
That whole play to me, like, listen, if first of all, you almost had to, they only showed the replay once on BTV. I'm not sure about the other broadcasts, but if anyone uses Fubu or anything, but
I watched it on Goal TV. Yeah.
So
English,
Exactly, yeah. So I'm not sure how many times they showed it.
That commentator's hilarious, bro. What did you watch on? Did you watch on Goal TV?
I watched it on BTV. I typically watch it on Goal TV in Spanish, though, because that's the
okay. The English Goal TV guy, hilarious, bro.
Really?
He's just one guy. He's just one Mexican guy in there, and he's speaking English, so it makes it even better. It makes it even. They call those the Eagle. He says like the Eagles are coming down. Like it's. You guys got to check it out. It's funny.
I love that. But no, but like after the play, so obviously, what happens is, forgive me for not knowing the name of the Boavista striker, but he had a great play, goes through 2 or 3 guys in the midfield, runs right into the box. Otamendi hits his right leg, he's facing the goals on his right side, hits his right leg, hits his left leg. The guy's about to fall down, and then he touches the ball with his right foot. Points at the ball. Everyone sees the ball going. The Boavista's like when the guy gets hit, he turns around and goes like this, but no one runs to the ref. No one says a thing. They just, okay, it's corner, and they go to the corner. And that's why I was like, okay, if they're not going to complain, in my opinion, you flip that around. That's a penalty. That's 100% a penalty. That's where VAR has to come in, and that's where I even was talking about, with everyone in the group. Portuguese soccer is tough because you're looking at a Benfica team, 6 matches, 6 wins. Even out of Portuguese competitions, they haven't lost a game. Let's say we, do the impossible. We do something like Sporting, and we have a long unbeaten run period. You don't want it to be tainted then with Sportingistas and Portistas on Twitter.
These fucking still pictures and shit.
Because listen, like even with Santa Clara, there were some questionable penalty calls there. One was questionable to me, the other one not so much. But anyway, I digress. The whole point is like,
Porto had a whole questionable season all last year. They had 30 PKs. Like it was all questionable, bro.
Don't bring logic into this.
I know, right? I'm sorry.
It's like but just really quickly, like a quick general like football topic. Pache de Freda had a French ref. There was a French game, I believe, with Bordeaux that had a Portuguese ref. England right now in the Premier League, I saw is bringing an Australian ref there. I think we're finally starting to get to terms where like, hey, with social media and VAR and like. You can't really hide it anymore, even if it's like Hugo Miguel. Like
Cesar is going to be ref.
Listen, a guy in Portugal is going to always have, whether it's his padrinho or whether it's his neighbor or whatever it is. He's always going to have ties to these big clubs, especially. Yeah. So like you're never going to get a guy that's completely, even if he thinks hey, I'm neutral, I don't have a club. Like unless the guy only watches rugby, that like he's not going to be be impartial.
I could be neutral for Porto versus Sporting. I want them both to lose.
Oh, yeah.
One time I can be neutral.
But like, anyway, I don't want to get into refereeing, but one of the things for me it was a penalty, but I thought it was curious that the team didn't react as if it was. Because I think they could have gotten a penalty. I think they could have convinced them to go to VAR, and then if it went to VAR, I think, it's a toss-up, obviously, if it goes to VAR, but I think there's a better chance. And, that makes it a 2-2 game.
I will say for the other teams in the league, because Mario and I, especially myself, if I'm doing like laundry all day Saturday, I just put the games on in the background and I will watch all the games. And some of these other teams get screwed with VAR and ref calls. So perhaps they didn't even want to just chance it. You know what I mean? Perhaps they just leave it, move on.
Yeah, and I do really, though, I will say, obviously, I respected Boavista, the effort and stuff. But they also, with the whole anti-jog, faking injuries and stuff.
Oh, that first half was terrible.
But no, but the guy that did fall down and was right near the line, he ended up getting subbed out. We also forgot to mention Diogo Gonçalves at the end of the first half picked up a little knock. He didn't start the second half. We saw Lozado Valentino come in. I thought he looked better than the last game. He looked better than the last match. Not great, but he looked better.
Yeah, he wasn't like he came off weird. He wasn't playing. Right, everybody started the season. He hadn't been playing no football. He comes off to a new league, a new team. I mean, I think people. I got a tweet earlier. I think it was from Brian. We think they're robots. You know what I mean? They're people. There's the learning curves. There's shit that they got to get through. You know what I mean? Like let's give them bad days. Right? Exactly. Bad days. Shit happens.
If you sleep wrong and all of a sudden your neck's off and now you got to go do a header, fuck, you're gonna lose.
Yeah. Right. I think Lazaro's a hell of a right back. He's a true right back in my mind. He's probably the only true right back we have on the team. Even Almeida, he's spent 30 years as a right back. He might as well be a true right back, right? But Diogo Gonçalves not a real right back, and you can tell by the crosses that he gives off. He's a winger, right? He's a winger, and I'm okay with him being a winger too, right? Like I'm okay with that too. If it looks like Pizzi's like. It looks like he's losing a lot of his time. He's not getting a lot of Champions League. So there's minutes for other guys on this team right now. I'm fine with it. I think Lazaro.
I will never say that. He came in for 3 minutes today, and it was the only 3 minutes that I was angry. up 3-1.
And it pisses me off because I'm number 21. So I'm like, dude, you're ruining my life right now.
Yeah, I mean, imagine Luis. VTU is his whole life.
That's what I'm saying. So is mine. That dude stole it from me. No, it was mine first.
Your mic's on mute real quick,
Alex!
before the chat comes at
Where'd
you.
you go?
Sorry. You know what the thing about me, Peasy is I do miss Peasy.
Okay.
Peasy was a good player. He won MVP twice in this league. All right, he's scored 20 plus goals, 20 plus assists. Listen. Yes, he shouldn't have won it that one year. Fine.
You know what
all
I was
right.
gonna say.
Steve Nash beat Kobe. Steve Nash beat Kobe. Okay, I get it. You know what I mean? Kobe should have been the MVP. You know, Bruno should have been MVP. I get it. I get that. But I don't know, man. I just like what Peasy. I don't know. I like them all, bro. I love them all. I miss what Peasy meant, like, to the team. You know what I mean? Like, to see a guy like that.
So you love what he personifies,
what he was.
But when he was on, you'd be like, "Fucker, you need a nap or you need some cocaine when you're in the halftime. You're killing me."
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. It's either a nap or drugs. You need something.
Depending on what city he's in Portugal, it'd probably be easy for him to find it.
And if it's at Porto Stadium, just get their water.
I just got an affinity for all my guys. You know what I mean? Anybody who hosted trophies for this team, who's a part of championship, like, it's hard to just players that they're always going to be some end, right? There's always going to be a time where a player's just not going to be who he used to be anymore. Yeah. All right. And I think that's just Peasy wasn't always the best, but now he's even worse than what he was. And that ain't really good at all. So I get it. He was mediocre and now he's like fucking trash. I get it. But it doesn't mean I can't appreciate it. You know,
exactly.
I like
I still want the best for him. Like, really, for me, what I want to happen with Peasy is, like, listen, he wins a trophy with us this year. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think he's going to end up in the Liga. Listen, put him in a mid-table or lower level La Liga side. I'm just saying that I think he would be the best. I don't think the Premier League wants him anymore. He's not putting up, goals in the Champions League or the Europa League this year. If there was a time to try to sell him, send him to
Chedvi. Send him over there with Chedvi.
Yeah, I'd be fine with Tavigo. Listen, I think for a while now we've had Seth, Rafa, and Peasy in weird places. Where, actually, it's funny. We look at it the last 3 seasons. If you want to, cancel the Bruno year, you had Peasy on fire for one. Seth technically on fire last year, as much hell as we gave him. And then this year so far, Rafa has been the one that's on fire to those 3. And it's like they've all had weird markets where we hear the Premier League's calling and then they're not calling. And then it's like, hey, we don't want to sell them. And then it's, hey, get them out of our club. They're like, they've had very similar kind of like fan sentiment here. Yeah. Obviously, Rafa has more because of what he's done for the national team. And people that play FIFA know he's fast, so they'll let that influence them too. But I mean, it's true.
It is.
But yeah, so like I would love to.
Same thing with Luis Diaz and Galeno.
I mean,
Galeno's hella fast in FIFA. 98. I'm out. Send that through, but send that player through.
How?
Send him through. Send him through. I don't start when I start my FIFA. Just real quick, when I start FIFA, I don't start with EPL team. I start with the Portuguese league team. Right? I start
low.
What
Mario
you know
does
what I mean?
too.
I keep low.
And he'll start with like not
get
Benfica.
them. Get them trash. Get them. Yeah, exactly. I'll get them players that only we know about. But I'll ball with them. But yeah, you're right about Peasy. I just want to see good for him. You know what I mean? Like, why? What's up with everybody being so fucking mean? Jesus Christ.
I thought this was a safe place. Like,
it's
like therapy.
Yeah, like, god damn. Like, gotta relax. These are our players, guys. Listen, and we jump on them too fast.
But I also had 2 kids. Take a fucking nap. I get it.
I feel you.
You don't need to play every game. Take a nap, buddy.
I feel you. And maybe that was a detriment. Maybe he dug that hole for him, right? He insisted. He never took a break. He's getting a break now. And you know what? That's the one thing I'm so glad JJ did. JJ just kind of like, he really did make it a competition. Who's the better player? Mm-hmm. That's who's gonna play. And it doesn't take them long now.
Yep.
That's what they needed last year, though, because these guys know now. I mean, I think Cebolinga got the message today and in the last couple of games. I think, Tarap, for example, knows he's not a shoo-in to come in the 63rd minute anymore. Now that João Mario's here, like, these guys know that their spot, like, especially look up top. Yeah. I know Seth has injuries and stuff. Like, all the guys up top, they know if they're not producing, Okay, next game, for example, if Chuck doesn't, put in that ball today to Darwin, next game it's Gonzalo and Darwin. Like, he's going to mix it up. He's going to find the better guy. It's not that last year where you're guaranteed to see Sibling at 25 games straight on the left wing. Poor guy losing his legs and everything. Even when he wanted a break, he couldn't get one.
And that was just a lack of depth. That was just a lack of depth. JJ didn't really have the guys that he wanted, and you could just tell. I don't care what anyone says about JJ. You could tell the confidence that he's instilling in these players this year, the way he talks about his players, the way he even, like, if you think it's kind of disrespectful, really look at it like objectively, right? He's saying, Odie is either better. No, he can do better. There have been times where he's said, you know what I mean? No, these are things he can work on, things like that. He almost challenges them, right? And I think you're seeing a team who's being challenged not only physically, but mentally now with this guy, because JJ's a fucking mind play. He's a, you know what I mean? He will get you going. He's a mind ninja. Yeah, mind ninja. Yeah, a mind ninja. He's the type of guy that you don't like when he gets in the room, but after 5 minutes in the room, you fucking love him. You're like, Jesus Christ. I thought when you got in here, you're an asshole.
Grenades are going off and you're like, he killed me.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, take it easy. And then you love him again, right? Like, anytime he does, he just, okay, take it easy. It's like, this guy's amazing.
Hey,
the guy's just amazing.
Okay.
Okay. Take it easy. Take it easy. All right, so let's go ahead. You guys want anything else in the game? You guys want to cover?
Yeah, that we didn't get to so right after, I can kind of run through it real quick and we can hop on.
Oh, yeah, get it. Yeah, that's right.
So right after the non-penalty call, there's a corner. Odie gets the ball off the corner, no danger there. And then the ball ends up in the feet of our main man, not to give any spoilers, but in Lucas Verissimo's feet. And he puts in a beautifully lofted ball to Rafa Silva. Right, for anyone that didn't see the game, the ball ends up right on Rafa's feet as he's about to enter the 18, right on the right side. Rafa's there. Everyone knows he's alone at the edge of the box. Slots it over to Darwin. Darwin with an easy finish and the brace. And
it was this pass, this bottom line right here.
Yeah.
Right here. This one right. Yeah. No, it's this second one. This one right here.
Correct. The bottom right corner.
That one right there. Look at that.
Your mouse isn't showing.
So if anyone can see, it's the only one that points like directly into the box, not into the box. Yeah, it's right there at the top.
One
of the
right
box.
here.
So,
yeah,
and an absolutely beautiful ball. Listen, Vertonghen's been doing this. I've been really impressed with their ability to play in between the lines, not doing this the classic Benfica we see, play it across the back, then out to the sides, and try to play it to the sides for a cross. No, these guys, they'll go straight over the top. Vertonghen's done it. Jan's done it. Otamendi did it today earlier to set up a cross to Chuck. Verissimo's been doing it a lot. Like I said before, he had that pass, not a lofted ball, but that pass right through the middle of the field to Gilbert. That was the second goal in the first Spartak game. Like, these guys know that, listen, you're dulling the team, put one over. They're not expecting it. And Rafa Silva, in case you guys haven't noticed, is fast. He's fast. He'll get to the ball.
He'll pass it to himself, for goodness sake.
Exactly. And he does all the time. Listen, his touch might not be the best.
And he does all the time. He does.
Yeah. His touch might not be the best, but you get him to that situation 4 times a game, at least 2 of those are going to be chances for other people, and at least one's going in. And that's what happened today. He can't mess them all up. And so we had that goal. That was great. Benfica's kind of in control there. At that point, it was smooth sailing. Everton comes on to replace Chuck in the 66th. Everton, Grimaldo actually shortly after the 72nd minute had a really cool link-up play where Grimaldo was trying to get out, passes it to Everton. Tight spot. He does a little back heel and sends Grimaldo really through. Grimaldo ends up passing the ball through to Darwin, and that's where we have our next big chance. The Boavista keeper, 40 years old, but with a massive hand save.
Yeah,
I mean, why not take that? But why not shoot that ball? Why you finesse that ball?
I think you almost have to go around him. He's 40 years old. He's not getting up from his knee.
Right.
Rude.
Well, or just take it straight. Just take it straight. You know what I mean? Just put some mustard on that bitch. I think it's just
mustard.
Throw some mustard on that bitch and get it going. I think it was just a little too. I just didn't like the fact that it was a finesse shot.
Listen, great. I mean, and with the defender coming on, it was a nice attempt. But again, that's got to be a goal. Everyone else hopped out for a second. I don't know what Melo did.
I don't know what happened there.
I gave you some screen time, brother. He's giving you some screen time.
Cool. Oh, okay.
I'll take
He's
it
like,
back.
I'm talking
I'll
to
take it back.
myself.
I'll take it back.
I liked it. I liked it. No, I like seeing you guys.
I'll
too.
take it back.
I like seeing you guys. But so pretty much after that, 77th, we had Rodrigo Ping come on. I personally love him. I think he's great with securing the ball, and he had a beautiful touch there towards the end of the game. And he's able to kind of do stuff with the ball himself. He's not like a Darwin or a Chuck that needs to play off of someone. If you put a lone number 9 striker on Benfica up top, it has to be him. Like Rodrigo Ping really is the only number 9 you have. Gonçalo will play more like a second striker. He obviously is a little bit different. He's not like the number 9. I'm not saying that he's a Cavani or he's like a Luis Suarez or anything. Of course, talking about Rodrigo Ping, but Ping, he'll get the ball at his feet. He'll keep the ball. He'll be able to turn around, turn a defender. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like he's not afraid to receive the ball and no, listen, I'm alone. I got to do something here, which I like.
Yeah. And Boris, our resident 007 villain. I think I'm just thinking, like, you got to give the kid credit when credit is due. Yeah. We shit on him when he doesn't do anything. It's not fair that we don't give him his flowers when he does something. And today he had a lot of flowers, a lot of bouquets. The kid showed up, and like I said, maybe this is the kind of offense he's got to play in. This the style with his partner. You had Rafa. They like to run. They like to make spacing. Look at them. Look at you take those two physical guys, those two strikers, and then
their bodies.
Yeah, come on. We got the best 1-2 up top. Like the way they play today, nobody's better 1-2 up top in the league. Nobody's better. I don't care what anyone says.
In terms of like physicality too.
In terms of physicality, yeah. No, in terms of physicality, there's the one that's the most physical you could possibly be, and they're getting better. Getting better. This is the 6th week of the Liga. This is we're watching a team
the first
get
time
better.
They played with each other from the get-go. The first time they started with each other.
Yep.
And when they figured it out
falling into place.
That's what I'm talking about. We're getting the Infinity Stones all together. Once we get all these together, boom, Barca right in the face.
Who's the big one that makes us? Someone's got to be the big one on the palm.
For me, it's going to be Chuck.
Bringing up Paulo Bernardo. Nope, from the B team. And putting him there from João Mario, has a game where he's, tired or not able to.
I like Jetson, though, guys. I like Jetson, man.
I don't even think about Jetson because there's so many transfer rumors that he's not even.
He's not going. He's not going.
No, he's not. He's not going. But in my head, he's like, he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's in Turkey, he's in England. He's in, Santa Maria. Like he's everywhere.
I think
in this pandemic, stop it.
I think once these Liga matches, these tournaments start, I think then you're gonna start seeing a lot more Jetson.
You need more depth.
Yes, for sure.
You have the depth, but again, JJ will start using it. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. So Benfica, another win in the books. Another result. 6 in a row. 11 undefeated games in a row. It feels good, man. It feels good. For me personally, both my football teams are undefeated. You know what I mean? Like, not too many people could say that today. That's all I'm just saying. I just wanted to throw that out there. I couldn't wait to say that the whole fucking show. The whole show, I was like, I'm going to say this shit at the end of the show. I cannot wait. So you guys want to get into the Charisse and the man of the match?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and play this wonderful production video by Mario. All right, I thought somebody was knocking on my door. I know. I thought somebody was knocking on my door, but it wasn't. It was just the No Name Boys. So we're gonna go ahead and start with.
They might be knocking at your door.
I hope not. It's we in the hood. You gotta relax. You gotta call me first. You gotta call me. Get permission first, bro. Listen, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ladies first. And you are the guest of honor today. We would like for you to start with your Charisse of the match, man of the match, player of the match, however order you want. I'm not the boss of you.
Okay. Okay. My chourice of the match, I gave it to the entire back line for the goal. Don't play keep away.
Yeah.
That's some
Fair.
bullshit.
I'm mad at that.
My play of the match is going to be Darwin's kiss and the heart that turned into a GIF from from the English Benfica admin. Love it.
Mhm.
And then the man of the match was Darwin for me. But also a shout out to Otamendi because I like them both. Yes.
Awesome. And real quick, I see a lot of people asking for pictures from the admin.
Yeah.
I just don't think we get enough JJ pictures. So if y'all could, ask for some JJ pictures,
Stop
I would
yourself.
like to see.
There's always
Are you
someone who
sure?
asks. There's
Okay,
always
I gotta
some
see.
guy
I gotta
who
see
asks
my
for
guy,
JJ.
man. My guy just be on just losing his shit.
Yeah.
Just candid cameras.
They don't
you know
do
what I mean?
gifts. People don't ask for
Yeah.
gifts. You got to ask for
I love
angry
it.
gifts.
I love it. I mean, my favorite so far is this year is when he yelled at Gonzalo Ramos. I mean, that's top 5
With the
like
board,
amazing
with, like,
moments.
that, it's so good.
My
It's
god,
so
dude! Like
good.
all the chess pieces flew off the board. They're
He just looks
magnets.
at him.
How did that
He's like,
happen? I don't know.
it's
All the
so good.
magnets flew off the board when he yelled at him. I'm like,
It's projectiles, man. He's going to get
whoa, that's amazing. Yeah, Joe, if you want to go next, brother, it's on you.
So, for my chourice of the match, I really, today was kind of on the tougher side. As a sub, as much as I did say I liked Rodrigo Pinho, he didn't really, his play today wasn't great. He lost the ball the few times that he got it. But it for me, it's gonna have to be Vertonghen because just on that left side today, Gustavo Sauer, the guy who was the man of the match for Boavista that scored that absolute worldie. I thought he had a little bit too much freedom there. And I don't think that was as much on Grimaldo because I thought that Grimaldo was doing well. But Jan, to me, he got dribble passed a couple times as well, if I'm not mistaken. It wasn't his best game. And listen, again, kind of like Cynthia said as well, putting some of the blame for the goal on him, just being there in the back line. You guys, all three of them are kind of in sync. They're at fault together in a way. But I thought Verissimo's pass kind of, gave him the right away. And then Otamendi, really, if that penalty was called, he's getting chourice of the match. But anyway, it's a light chourice today. It's not chourice on Boavista.
A light chourice.
It's chourice on the grilla. It's not too serious.
You sliced it up. It up, put it in the pan.
Exactly.
Sliced it up, put it in the pan. I got you.
Yeah, it's like in the sandwich. It's not like the full
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, panko chourice. Heck yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And just bread and chourice. That's it.
Exactly.
Dry. Just
it's
a
like
dry
one of the bad
chourice
ones. It's the
sandwich.
$2. It's those ladies at the luge when you walk in. She's like, all right, it's €1 at the end of the game. It's just bread at that point. No chourice, but you take it anyway.
Yep. Could you at least dip it into grease just so I can have some?
Tell me you're Portuguese without telling me you're Portuguese.
Right.
Dip it in the grease.
Dip it in the juice. Like my grandpa says, dip it in the juice. I'm like, it's not juice.
Un molho. It's un molho.
Yeah. He says juice. This fucking guy.
The juice.
But
the juice.
So for my
soak the juice. Soak the juice.
Put the
ball in the juice.
Sooner rather than later, we're gonna have a juice of the game. That juice moment. That mole moment. The mole moment. I like that.
Yeah. I like that too. I like to
play the game rebranded as the mole moment.
The mole moment. Yeah. The juice moment. Yeah. Soak it up.
We gotta get a Gatorade sponsor out here or something.
Oh shit, bro. I'll take a fava bean sponsor. Okay, like we get fava bean sponsor us. The Museum of Pão can sponsor us. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah,
just sponsor. All I want y'all to do is pay for our subscription. That's it. I don't need no. I'm doing good.
The Santa Clara cows. Can you guys pay for the sub?
Got milk. Yep, we can do that.
But real quick, so that was my chourice of the match. My mole moment or my juice moment of the match, my play of the match was that Julian Weigl play that I had brought up before. Yeah. It really re-energized the team. You could tell it like rejuvenated the whole team in that moment. Play shouldn't have even happened because there was a foul at the beginning, but we're gonna let that go. And really just Weigl again. Weigl being Weigl, like showing that he loves Benfica. I love it. I think Boris said it in the chat. It was great for his career. Yes, it was even better for Benfica. I've never said a bad thing about him, for better or for worse, even when he's been bad. I love the guy, and hope he's going to stay at least for a couple more years to let us enjoy him. I hope it's not a Matic thing where he's here and he's gone.
No, don't even put that out there.
I don't. I just can't. I wouldn't be able. My heart wouldn't be able to deal with it. But that's my play of the match, my moment. And then for my player of the match, actually, I'm going to give it to Rafa Silva. But also with an honorable mention to JJ, because the way that JJ had this team set up in the formation was awesome. It was perfect. Rafa, I don't think I remember seeing him play this way in a while. With João Mario, I don't think he's ever played in the setup. Defensively, he was in line with João Mario with Weigl in the kind of behind them. But offensively, he was there playing right behind the strikers, sort of that link-up play. It's where he plays best. He had a couple of, he dummied the ball a few times to open up space. Again, same old Rafa, he didn't complete, he didn't score. But today he did finish. He did set up the goal to Darwin. So today can't be one of those days where we're looking at Rafa. Yeah, I want to get mad, but I can't. No, today you can't get mad because he set up one of the goals, and today all the goals needed to happen. So, player of the match, Rafa Silva.
I didn't see that coming, to be honest. And I did notice JJ walking with a limp because his grapefruits was just swole after the game. He was like, I fucking figured it out. You know what I mean?
Dropped
like
a couple buttons.
We don't want to talk about this juice.
Yeah,
we don't want to talk about this juice.
No,
this is not the juice
for sure.
I want to talk about.
And I'm gonna go ahead and I'll jump into mine because before I lose this this idea, I'm gonna give it to Vertonghen too. Because he looked like a substitute teacher today. That's what I wanted to say about him. He just looked lost, like the class was just getting out of hand, and he just like didn't know what to do. He's calling up to the office. You got to come get these little motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like he just looked a little old today. Yeah, just looked a little old today. I'm not gonna lie. So the reason I give him that, and the reason I say this, I want to win this league for him so bad. I have this thing, like I just want him. I think he's one of those players. He's a classy player. He's a great guy. A lot of people like, if you hate Jan Vertonghen, bro, like you have a fucking problem. Like you honestly, God,
he's like
you have
a
problem with. He is a professional. No matter what team you rooted for, rooted against, Jan Vertonghen is a classy guy, and everywhere he goes, he finds teammates and friends who love the guy. And I just wish that he gets to host up a trophy at the end of this year. One time, because them other motherfuckers was trash, and that's not our fault, and that ain't his fault all the way. But I hope he gets it together. But I'm gonna give the Chorizo of the match to the substitute teacher. I'm gonna give the player of the match. I'm gonna give it to Verissimo. Because goddamn, I wanted to give it to Darwin. That's my honorable mention. How could you not give it to Darwin? He scored the last two. He scored 2 goals. The kid was amazing. He's a matchup nightmare. That back line want nothing to do with him. If we didn't send so many crosses into the box, I think he had it could have been 6-0, 6-1, right? We could have put 6 away easily, right? But just get the ball at his feet. That's how they like it. You could tell that's just how they want to get the ball. Just put the ball at his feet. Let the kid go to work. But Verissimo, just damn, man. Every time I see this guy, he just impresses me so much. I can't believe, I was so upset and so sick when we got rid of Ruben Dias. Like, it just made no sense to me. It was a guy that, like, I thought, like, was going to be the anchor of our team. He was going to be like that Alex Grimaldo guy, who's just there. And I don't care what you think about him. Grimaldo has been a good soldier for Benfica. He has been here, played as much as he can. He went through his injuries, things like that, but he's a good player. And it was his birthday today also. So I just wanted to shout out to Alex Grimaldo.
We know JJ watches the show, so
we know JJ. Yeah, JJ, tell him we say happy birthday. Pada Baines, yeah. And damn, he almost got himself a birthday gift, right? He did, right? Didn't he get that free kick? God damn. See, this is man. He ain't gonna make another one. He already made his one. He ain't gonna make another one until the end of the year.
3 more years.
Have to wait.
3 years.
3 more years. We'll wait. We'll see it in preseason in Jersey. So yeah. So I'm gonna give the player of the match to and my play of the match. The reason I'm giving it my juice moment. Yeah, my juice moment is the pass from Verissimo to Rafa, from Rafa to Darwin for that 3rd goal. I mean, come on, man. Like, that shit was, I could bring it up again, the lines, but there's really no need. You know where the ball went. You know how it ended up. That was the play of the match. It sealed the deal for me, right? Because as a Benfica, you're always just like, you never know, right? You just never know what's going to happen. But I think that mentality, I think it's changed. And you can see the confidence building with these players, man. It's beautiful to see, bro. Like, it really is. Like, this team is so fun to watch, so fun to talk about. I can't wait for these moments. You know what I mean? Like, this is why we do it. You know what I mean? So shout out to
More
them,
you.
man. They're all the players of the match. You know what I mean? Like in these moments, like 6 games, you're undefeated. You're 4 points on top. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna give the player of the match to all 11 of them. You know what I mean? Even the substitute teacher can get it too, man. Because it's just cool, man. It's a different feeling. It's a different atmosphere. The fans are back. You get to be held accountable inside of the stadium when you're fucking up. They're gonna let you know. It's hot. It's not that
great.
they need the fans to play. They need the fans to hold them accountable, right? So when you fucking up, I'm gonna boo you, not because I hate you, but because you fucked up, right? It's not a sign of disrespect. It's a sign of like, I know you're better than that. You know, we're better than this. And I'm having fun this year, man. I really am. I'm having fun. It felt like this Monday game felt like Benfica's been gone. Like I was like, was this an international break or something? Like what the fuck?
Like
why did it take so long, man? I don't like this shit taking so long.
It felt it felt like it. And one of the things to me too is like everyone talked about how when the schedule came out that the first difficult game, the first game against one of the big 4 really was against Braga in week 11. And we were all saying like on Twitter when the schedule came out, listen, those first 10 matches, those need to be 30 points, blah, blah, blah. Obviously we said that. And, you do want to hold the team to a higher standard, like you're saying, Mello, in general. And that's like why the fans are whistling and booing and stuff. Because Benfica fans are crazy like that. They want their team to play the way they should. And I think it should be that way. But that being said, I mean, if they're able to pull off the first 10 weeks, 30 points, that's phenomenal. I don't care who you're playing. 10 with and during that time. So the Braga game is the first week of November. So you'll have
right now. I got it up right here, brother.
Games from there. Yeah,
I got it right here, brother. So you got Vitória Guimarães coming up this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Barcelona on Wednesday, the 29th, and then Portimonense in the middle of that, and then a matchup with Bayern in October 20th. And so there's a gap right there. Is there a break right there? Why from the 3rd to the 20th? God damn, is that another? That's another break, isn't it? That's another international break.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then in November
FIFA.
you get the same thing. Yeah.
Jesus. But as much anti-jogo that these little teams play with each other, when they play us, it's always we got to show our fucking bolinhas, and it's always hard. It's always a hard game.
If you're in a situation where you give up the first goal to one of these small teams, which is why really I give all due respect to Sporting last season because they came back from 1-0 down in the 80th minute. I don't know how many times. That's not easy.
Because they're going to get a lot of PK help, a lot of PK help. Everyone got more PK help than we did, but I'm just saying they did it. They did it within the time frame, bro.
No, and they exactly. They were 100% the just champions. I mean, they did have the fact that they didn't have injuries. They were riding high off a new coach. They did have those breakout players. Everything went right for them. Everything went right.
Didn't have long runs in like Champions.
I mean, it took fucking 18, 19 years. It took 18, 19 years, bro.
Yeah.
It took 18, 19
but no,
years. If you were born the last time you can't even legally buy alcohol here in the United States. Okay, that's how
lucky they're Portuguese.
All right, yeah.
No, but they're
still kind of young,
Twitter,
I guess.
like you guys know, Portuguese soccer Twitter, like Primeira Liga Twitter. A lot of those kids are 16, 17, 18. They've never seen Sporting win before.
This is the first time they've seen the win.
Yeah. And they're out there chatting now about like 1967 Europa League games with anyway. Because
I don't even do that 5-1, shit.
We had to mention it. 5-1.
I don't even do that. I think it's this American sports fan in me too. I don't talk about old shit. You know what I mean? Like y'all hate that. Yeah. My team has 5 Super Bowls. Shut up, bro. You're 11. Like what are you talking about? You never watched a Super Bowl in your life. What are you talking about? You buy tickets to the game? You don't buy your own tickets to the game. Shut up. Like if your parents tell you to take you to the games, like don't talk to me about sports, bro.
I've seen 6 paths championships, but.
That's just cheating. You got lucky only because that's where you were born. Like, I mean, it's lucky.
See, Rui's first game, and that's
shit's
what
crazy.
A cartilha is.
I never knew that.
His first game was, and it's written on there, it's the Tetra game. They won 5-0 versus Guimarães. That's Rui's first game in the stadium where they're cheering for Rui Vitória as the coach. So they go, Rui. And he's like,
that was you know what I remember from that game? I think it was the Ederson pass to Raul Jimenez. That game, I mean, holy shit,
unreal.
It pinged it right over Raul. That's the one goal I remember. There was 5 of them, and I start getting drunk because I know we're gonna win. You know what I mean? I have a picture. I'll post it on our Twitter. I have a picture of me, my grandfather, and Lay. my daughter watching this game, getting ready to win. I'm drunk. I'm barely hanging on. You see me leaning because I'm leaning, trying to stand up. That's why you see me leaning. I'm just trying to keep my balance in there. But yeah, I remember that game. It was amazing. So
that's
another
his
show.
First game. What kind of bullshit?
I know. I haven't even been to my first fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
We're gonna make that
have
happen.
in Pittsburgh. Oh yeah, we are. Next year, I'm doing it. We're going next year. I'm gonna give
We gotta
myself
do a
year.
BA90.
Yeah, we're gonna do a big. I don't want to go in like next year. You'll probably let everybody in. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going, I'm trying to see 60,000. You know, I want to go for 60,000. That's where I want to go.
We got to get you in there for like a sporting report.
Whatever, anything.
I'd like to make it out alive.
I'll go watch Guimarães. I'll go watch
at the luge, of course.
At the Luge. Oh yeah. I don't care where we're going. We're going to all the games.
I'm actually excited. I might be able to. I'm probably not going to be able to make the Braga game. I'll be in Lisbon that week, but I am going to go to my first game at Estoril. I'm going to try to get tickets for that. Because
Benfica Estoril.
Yeah, Benfica Estoril, because they'll
nice.
be in the area, and I land like at 5 a.m. and the game's at 2. So fingers crossed that they don't change it to a Friday night and I get screwed.
Yeah.
Which they won't.
One of my dreams is to also not just see the Luge, but to go watch a game in the Azores, on the Azores Islands. Go watch the Santa Clara Benfica game. That's one of my bucket list moments. Ever since Santa Clara came back into the league.
Yeah.
It's like my pseudo. Like I have a Santa Clara jersey because it says Azores in the back.
The cow guys
dope.
look
You
like
know
they
what I mean?
would be
Like
chill, right? Like we'd be able to hang out with them.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. Yeah. And once I tell them my grandfather, I was like, my grandfather owned the island. They always say that. You know what I mean? Even though they didn't. Like, he did.
Island.
You can't prove it. You know what I mean? You guys don't have computers here. So what the internet, y'all ain't got Wi-Fi from over Lisbon. Y'all trying to get Wi-Fi from Lisbon.
They got antennas on the
they're trying to get Wi-Fi from Lisbon. It ain't working, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Another win, undefeated so far. Do you guys have anything you guys want to say before we head about this motherfucker?
We need more mulho this season. Right? More mulho.
More juice. You got the juice now. Y'all gotta watch that movie, Juice. It's with Tupac, Omar Epps. Check it out. I'm serious. You got the juice now. It's amazing. If you never watched it, then you don't got the juice. So for me, Joe, Cynthia, appreciate it. Somebody called Nina. She might be missing. Okay, we haven't figured it out. Okay, we don't know. She's supposed to come. She never came. We have to call her.
No, she wasn't.
Send smoke signals.
Send
smoke signals.
Me, but we were talking about Benfica, so I couldn't just be like, "Hey."
Yeah, send smoke signals. The bat signal. Somebody let us know. Where in the world is Nina? All right, for next time, we'll see you guys Saturday.
Where's Nina? Start on Twitter.
Hashtag Where's Nina? That's it. We're gonna. Yep. We're doing it now. We're doing it now, guys.
More
juice. Another juice moment. This is the juice moment.
Where's Nina? Hashtag more.
Yeah. Hashtag Nina. Hashtag Where's Nina? All right. We're not gonna put I'm not putting the question mark in the hashtag. I'm putting that separate.
Thanks for
just for visuals. It's visuals. It's a visual show. I wanted to show y'all. So what we was doing. So again, guys, we appreciate everybody in the chat. Again, Boris, Bond villain, my favorite Bond villain all time, bro. No doubt about it. Caesar, De Silva, way down under. Let's throw another shrimp on the Barbie. Now I'm just being like hella just, you know what I mean? I'm just being so like just prejudice and just hella stereotypes. We should go before I get in trouble, guys. We'll see you guys later. Rainy Entertainment. Mario's in the chat. We appreciate it. Zach Silva, of course. Brian in the chat. SOBES. We appreciate you guys and all the interaction. Follow us on Twitter at Benfica After 90. Follow me at Mr. Mello. Benfiquista Americana. And Cynthia is what's Cynthia's? What's your it's Cynthia.
It's M.SLB.
That's you. That's you. For more hard-hitting facts, follow SM.SLB. Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Peace.
More molho.
See you guys.
More molho. More juice, baby.